Hi guys, it's Jennifer here for the Monday edition of Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. Today I'm going to talk about being on plan and what it means to me to be on plan or to be on track, because those are words that you hear a lot, but they have different meanings to different people. So for the past 2 weeks I have been what I would consider off plan, and that just basically means that while I haven't really sought out bad foods to eat, I have not avoided them when they've presented themselves to me. So over the past 2 weeks, the holidays, I've eaten French fries, hash brown casserole on 2 occasions, cheeseburgers. Not a whole cheeseburger, of course, but like a half a cheeseburger probably. Anyway, fudge. Oh, and a dump. I found out I dumped because I ate a piece of cheesecake and it made me sick. So that's the first time I dumped. So basically, when I think about being on plan, what that means to me is that I am eating and exercising the way that I want to the rest of my life in order to be thin and healthy. So for me, that means avoiding sugar, basically. Basically any kind of carb, like bread, pasta, and any kind of like candy, sweets, etc. Potatoes. Those things are not on my plan. So when I eat those, I am off plan. I've just found through, kind of the experience the past 5.5 months that those are the things that affect my weight the most. And also, the more I eat them, the more I crave them. So, it's kind of a cycle with those foods. So I just have found it best to avoid those foods. So that's a big part of being on plan for me. And another part is, of course, exercise. Over the past 2 weeks, I've probably exercised twice a week. I like to do 4 times a week. So, while that's not disastrous and certainly more than I would have before I had surgery, it's not being on plan. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be active and healthy and, fit. So, and that requires, more than walking on the treadmill twice a week. But, it's the holidays, and also part of, being on plan is accepting that you're not always going to be on plan, that there are going to be occasions, and, certainly the holidays are one of those occasions where, you're going to not obsess over everything you eat and everything you do and just live your life. And, this surgery represented an end of dieting for me and, a beginning of how I wanted to live my life for the rest of my life. And for me to think that, I'm not going to eat, potatoes over the holidays, I think is unrealistic. So, I just kind of gave myself permission to do it, and I did it, and it was not disastrous in terms of weight loss. The week of Christmas, I lost 1 pound, and then this week, I lost 3. So I lost 4 pounds over the past 2 weeks. So, still managed to lose a little. Certainly not as much as I would if I had stayed on plan. But, like I said, it's the holidays, and I had a weight loss surgery, but I'm still a human being. Okay, so and another part of being on plan, which is something that I did not neglect over the holidays, is taking my vitamins. I definitely did that still. And then getting my fluids in, I'm usually pretty slack on. I drink a lot of fluids, but I don't count them. And I doubt that I get 64 ounces in a day. So those are, but I am concerned about fluids. So that would be something that I would consider being part of my plan. And then, how my version of being on plan matches up with my surgeon's version, that's a little more complicated because some things that my surgeon has said I don't do. There's basically two things that I've just kind of disregarded. One of them is drinking through a straw. My surgeon says don't drink through a straw, but I do. I just have found that really helps me get my fluids in, and like I said, fluids is important to me, and I don't really understand the logic behind the not drinking through a straw rule, and I know other surgeons don't have that rule, so I've just kind of disregarded it. And then the other one is caffeine. My surgeon says no caffeine, and I never was a big coffee drinker. Like, I'm not, like, get up in the morning and drink your coffee kind of person. But my schedule at work is crazy. Like, I work, 3 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. and just crazy shifts. And so sometimes, I can only get 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of sleep. And on days like that, I just have the coffee. I just need it to get through that day. But in the 5.5 months since I've had surgery, I've probably had coffee 4 times. I've probably had caffeine 4 times. Well, except for sometimes I drink tea, which has caffeine in it too. But I don't do carbonated beverages. That's another one of my surgeon's rules, and I don't do those. Not only because, the carbonation is supposed to be bad for your pouch, but also because carbonation affects calcium absorption. So I don't do carbonated beverages. And the other thing I don't do is eat or drink 30 minutes before or after I eat. Mostly. Sometimes I do. Sometimes you're just thirsty and you just want to have a sip of water, and in those cases I do. But I don't, sit down and drink a beverage. But, if I'm, thirsty, mouth dry, I just, I'll have a couple swallows of water. And then sometimes my food comes, faster than I expected it at a restaurant, and it's a little under 30 minutes. But, that's a rule that I try to follow. Okay, so that's it for being on plan. I hope everyone had a great holiday season, whatever you celebrate, and I wish everyone a successful and prosperous 2010, and I just want to, 2010 is the year for us. Anybody watching this channel, they have the tools that they need to make 2010 a year that they finally achieve their goals. So, best wishes, everyone. Good luck, and Happy New Year.